This is a reminder that on Sunday, October 14th, Let's Play Navarre Autism will be hosting a special 25 Years of Autism webcast to help support the Children's Miracle Network. We hope to see you there as we support this wonderful cause. Okay, so now let's go ahead and speak with Lord Hien to continue with the main story with a quest entitled Shadows in the Empire. Hien has a request for the Scions. I had hoped to steal a moment's rest after our little outing, but it would seem duty calls. A foreign emissary arrived in my absence. Do not let us keep you then. Actually, I was wondering if you might join me. I cannot think of a guest who could fail to be impressed by the presence of the Scions. At least, none I should be happy to receive. Alright. Of course, if you think it will be useful. Thank you. Let us return to my manor then. And so, away we go. Yeah, and since we're meeting a dignitary, of course, I just have this thing for wanting to be in uniform when it goes down. It's just something I do. I mean, you don't want to come across a dignitary with a weapon on your backside, right? Like, that thing is rather imposing. Could you put that away? So, back over to the CanCon. Going on inside. Oh, I can imagine, Daryl Santh. I can imagine. Yeah, Alice is still preoccupied with Alpha Node's fate. So who are we saying hello to? Hey, Lise.
Lise! What brings you here?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Alliance business. We have a request for Doma. Well, Hien.
Oh, is that so?
But that can wait. They told me you were out searching for Alphino. Did you manage to pick up his trail?
Sadly, no. In fact, let's tell you what we did. And so sometime later...
Well, if he wasn't at the crash site, he might still have escaped. We have to keep searching.
And we will. Alphino embarked on this journey as an emissary of Doma, and I hold myself responsible for his safe return. I will have our shinobi in the provinces search for him as a matter of urgency. Chin up, Alize. You'll get to admonish your brother for his recklessness yet.
Well, someone has to do it.
Of course.
I'm sure he's going to be fine. There is one thing I'm not sure about, though.
And what's that?
You said it was the Emperor's personal guard that attacked Alphino's airship.
That's right.
But the Popularis would never have been able to arrange the prisoner exchange without Varys' blessing. So why would he sabotage his own mission?
Good question.
They may not have been acting on Varys' orders. The guard answer not only to him, but to his family. The Crown Prince included.
When Yotsuyu summoned Tsukuyomi, Asahi was quick to proclaim that a Doman citizen had violated the terms of our agreement, that the negotiations had failed. And it is this version of events that is now being repeated across Garlemald. To hear the tale, one would think the prisoner exchange never took place. Plainly, someone is manipulating matters from the shadows.
Absolutely.
Most likely Xenos, or whoever it is that wears his face.
Yeah.
Whichever AZIM you mean. We all know the nature of our adversary.
Oh, yes, we do.
The servants of chaos are true to their name. Their meddling has cost Doma a chance at peace. Whoever it was that loosed his personal guard, the Emperor cannot be ignorant of these developments. We must proceed on the assumption that our treaty is indeed in tatters.
And that can never be good. So what are we gonna do about it? So yeah, because they basically attacked Alpha Node Maxima to conceal the truth.
But come, Lys, you have journeyed far. Let me hear your petition.
Yeah, what brought you this far?
Right. So the big news is that Alamigo has agreed to join the Eorzean Alliance.
I was wondering if this was something that was going to happen eventually, and now it is.
To make it official and discuss where we all go from here, the leaders of the 5 nations are planning to hold a meeting, and we were hoping you might come too. We've already seen what we can achieve when we work together, and the Alliance hopes to work even more closely in future. They think it's our best hope of keeping the Garleans in check, and I agree.
As do I. By coordinating our efforts in the east and west, we may be able to discourage them from committing their forces to a single front. I accept your invitation. I must, however, ask for time to attend to some pressing matters here.
Very well.
In light of recent events, the risk of Imperial reprisals is greater than ever, and I would not leave Doma unguarded. Ere I depart, I must shore up her defenses.
Understood. I'll let the Alliance know. We'll wait to hear from you before setting a date. The meeting's to be held at the Royal Palace in Alamigo, incidentally. Do you remember the way?
Well, he can just use an aetheryte.
Well enough. Please assure my hosts that I will not keep them waiting any longer than I have to.
Consider it done. And thank you for agreeing to come. If we all put our heads together, we're sure to find the best way forward. For everyone.
So yeah, that is a major development. One that I was not surprised to hear about, but one I'm glad is finally occurring. So let's go ahead and speak with Lord Hien to continue. My advisors and I will presently convene to discuss the matter of Doman's defenses. You are welcome to stay, of course. Had you not offered, I would have requested leave to remain. Where the Ascians are concerned, naught may be left to chance. As ever, we would benefit from your experience. I thank you for coming, Lys, even if it was unofficial business. I'd hoped there might be time to show you the land you helped to save, but I will settle for a fleeting visit if I must. There never does seem to be enough time for anything, does there? But I did get to see a little of the Enclave. You've made excellent progress, I must say. And soon you'll have the chance to see how we're getting on too. Till the meeting then. Corinne, I was wondering if I might have a word with you before I go. In private. Yeah. What's going on? Go on, my friend. I will send for Hakuro and the others in the meantime. Alright. Great, I'll wait for you at the docks. Yeah. So, Lys says farewell to the ladies. And they will continue their conversation with Lord Hien. So, what exactly does Lys want to speak with us about? We won't know until we actually get the opportunity to talk to her. Yeah, it's obviously important if she wants to have a private conversation about it. Whoa, what the heck was that? Oh, maybe it was this Taoist Moogle that I saw and now has disappeared. Yeah, whoever had it just vanished. Probably just went into the Kienkon. But yeah, that is a new minion that's available called Taoist Moogle. Can't remember if it's something you get in a dungeon or it's available through DLC. Alright, over to Lys. Yeah, you wanted to speak with me? thank you for coming. Knowing you, you probably guessed what I wanted to talk about. Actually, no, I still don't know what you want to talk about. Alice, she's asking if everything's alright, but it's clear she's barely coping. Yeah, I noticed that too. The Alice I know is overbearing, willful, and reckless, and that's fine. It's how she deals with feeling weak. She has to keep moving, or she's afraid she'll fall apart. A lot like me. Why is that? But the thing about people like us is that we need someone to keep an eye on us. I had Papa Limo and now I have my friends in the Resistance. And Alice has you in the Scions. Before you start, I'm not saying you're neglecting her. I'm sure you aren't and I'm sure you won't. But she's a good friend. And when I see her like this, I can't stop worrying. So please make sure you give her all the support she needs, alright? Of course, we can accommodate. Leave it to me. Thank you, Corinne. It goes without saying, but if there's anything I can do, you need only ask. Well, I best be off. See you in Alamigo. Until we meet again. So back over to the CanCon to conclude the current challenge. Well, someone is really trying to look different and interesting. A wool sweater and bunny ears? On a male Rogadin? I mean, heck, I showed off a few months ago me putting bunny ears and a gold saucer bunny outfit on a male Ora during one of the vlogs, so yeah, not so far-fetched. Especially in this day and age. Alright, back inside. So back over to Lord Hien to complete the current challenge, and his representatives are also here. Oh, there you are, my friend. Everyone has assembled, so let us begin. Very well. Time for us to sit down and have a chat. What's on your mind, Yugiri?
If we are to ready ourselves for invasion, we shall need manpower, provisions, and time, all of which are in notably short supply.
Candid as ever, Yugiri. And correct, I concede. Fortunately, I have an idea.
And what would that be?
'Tis plain no single nation can stand against the might of the Empire.
Definitely not. That's why there's the Eorzean Alliance.
And it was only with the aid of others that Dorma succeeded in winning her freedom. So, I mean to take a leaf out of our Eorzean friends' book and form an alliance of our own.
Oh, cool. Good thinking. Yeah, everyone's shocked, like,
In addition
what?
to those with whom we already share an understanding, I would reach out to Hingashi and Suinosato, and further afield to the myriad peoples of Nangsha and Dalmasca.
Even though they're in Garlean territory?
I am under no illusion. Not all will answer the call. Yet disparate though we may be, we are united in our desire for freedom. If our neighbors could be made to see what is at stake, Asian machinations and all, cooperation need not be so far-fetched a notion.
It may even seem practical.
Oh, of course.
Under the guidance of our former leader, Master Louis Soir, we once strove to unite the fractious city-states of Eorzea. I dare say that experience shall be of use in your endeavor.
We should be glad of your wisdom.
For the record, I would have been in favor of this plan even if it hadn't been my grandfather's, but I have to ask, how will we secure the time to carry it out?
That's a valid argument.
Not that anyone has forgotten, but the Garleans have airships. Lots and lots of airships. Should they catch wind of our plan, they could send an armada to overwhelm us before our alliance had even begun to take shape.
Not if we deny them access to the skies.
And how are we gonna do that? Yeah, everyone's
During
looking at
our
her like,
time
what?
in the burn, the Warrior of Light and I chanced upon some Allagan ruins.
Oh?
Yeah, we did.
As such ruins go, they were not particularly unusual. But something about the surrounding land struck me as odd. Faint though it was, its ethereal residue was uncannily similar to that of Azizla. Identical, in fact.
Azizla?
For locations so far removed to share a single etheric signature is all but impossible. I conclude, therefore, that the Allagans created the floating continent with land taken from the burn.
While that is a most intriguing theory, I fail to see what relevance it has to Dorma's defense.
I think she's getting to it.
Azizla was enclosed in a powerful energy barrier, impenetrable even to an Agrius-class battleship. It occurred to me that those ruins may have enjoyed similar protection. I have no proof, but the Warrior of Light did report seeing a structure resembling other known Allagan field generators.
Yeah, because you see the blue lines on the structure off in the distance there.
All right. But even if we could put up such an energy barrier, it surely wouldn't extend beyond the limits of the burn. So what's to stop the Garleans flying around it?
Fuel. The Dalmascan capital, Rabanasta, was a key imperial refueling point in the east. By laying waste to it as a lesson to the rest, the Empire greatly hindered its own operations in the region.
And turned it into a 24-man raid.
If an Imperial fleet were to advance upon Doma, it would now have little choice but to travel, as the crow flies, over the burn.
I see.
Yeah, for once, a smile on her face.
A word of caution. Even assuming the generator still functions, raising a barrier of such a scale will require a prodigious amount of energy.
Yeah, it would.
And few places are so bereft of suitable crystals as the burn.
A source of energy. Tell me, did the Allagans make a habit of launching things into the sky?
A curious question.
It is.
Besides Azizla, I know of only one other notable instance. The Red Moon Dalamud, whose fall triggered the calamity.
Just the two occasions, you say? Then I believe I may have a solution to our energy problem.
You do?
You do?
I said that first, I'll say.
I may. To find out for sure, we would need to visit the AZIM steppe.
Road trip!
Which would, I now see, present the perfect opportunity to discuss an alliance with the Zayla tribes. How very neat. What say you then? Shall we see whither this road leads?
I think we wither. And so, with that, we'll take our 1007 gil for completing this quest. Stand strong and unified! And so now on to our next quest. Entitled, A Power in Slumber. Hien is eager to set out for the AZIM steppe. It is settled then. I will journey to the AZIM steppe with the Scions. Yukiri and Hokuro, I leave our other neighbors to you. Very well. And so away they go. Along with their nameless samurai, who we don't know who it is because, of course, we haven't had that chance to properly introduce ourselves to him because he's, of course, replacing Gosetsu, who left us in the previous patch. My apologies, but I won't be joining you. Why not? I'm no etherologist, and what skills I do possess are unlikely to be any great use to the mission. But more importantly, it seems to me that the ruins in the burn warrant attention. And so, while you are away securing an energy source, I will engage our friends at Garland Ironworks to undertake a complete overhaul of the field generators. We'll need them in good working order if our plan is to succeed. I trust there are no objections. Yeah. Have Karen the burn, or come on, I say, could you not get Tataru to do it? Yeah, it has been a long time since we've seen Tataru. I'm sure she'd love the burn. Joking aside, I was planning to enlist her help with organizing everything, but we still need a sign on the ground. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll manage without me. Good luck. Very well then. And away she goes. Just the three of us then. Very well. Shall we make first for your union? Alright. Reunion it is. Home of the markets in the AZIM steppe. Yeah, road trip begins. Yeah, let's go find Ishtola. Shutting out the south gates. Here she is. Hey there, young lady. So this is the AZIM steppe. The tales do not do it justice. Yeah, of course, she never had the chance to come here before because, of course, she got struck down by Xenos during the invasion on Rhaegar's Reach. If you think the view is impressive here, wait until we reach higher ground. Actually, seeing it as your first visit, permit me to show you my favorite spot. And if you're familiar with our story, you know exactly where we are going. In fact, we don't even need to take a walk there. Hien just takes us to that point. The point where we first met him.
I will never tire of this vista. The endless fields, the boundless skies. 'Tis a sight to make a man forget his cares.
But not his purpose, I trust. Might this be a fitting moment to tell us what we are doing here?
Yeah. What's the plan, Lord Hien?
Of course. During my time with the Mole, I learned some few myths of this land. One goes thus. In the distant past, when all seemed doomed, a wayfaring soul came unto the steppe. Venturing into the northern crag, he received of Nama a sliver of her essence, a shard of the shining moon, and with it clove the tainted land from the earth. The end thus averted, to these fields did the wayfaring soul return, and venturing once more into the northern crag, he buried the shard, and made unto the heavens an offering of blood.
So dramatic.
A tainted land cloven from the earth and an offering of blood to the heavens. Azizlar and Dalamud.
That was my thinking, yes.
And you believe that yonder mountains hide an artifact possessed of sufficient power to raise Azizlar up to the heavens? I suppose that might suffice.
Perhaps.
Worth a closer look, would you say?
I think so.
I would.
And of course, we're coming along for the ride too. So now that we are done chilling out at Hien's meditation spot, we return to the town and speak with Hien again. From here, we shall travel to Mol Ilo. There we may ask Cyrena about the particulars of the myth and raise the matter of an alliance with the rulers of the steppe. Yeah, who are of course currently the Mole, so let's head north to where their encampment is located. at the far reaches of the AZIM steppe. A long way to go, but on my glowing horse, Kieran, it's a beautiful journey and a beautiful night for a ride. But yeah, you see something off in the distance over there, just barely over the mountains. I don't know if you can make it out from where I currently am, but there is something about there off in the distance. It has nothing to do with what we're about to do for this quest, but I felt that was worth showing off and pointing out, because it's something I never noticed during the original Let's Play of the first main story. Hey there, Sirna. Good to see you again. Alright, take care there, Miguel. Thanks for joining us.
Ian, Corinne, I'm glad of your visit and the opportunity to welcome a new friend. How may we serve you?
There is a matter I will discuss with them all. It concerns not only the peoples of the steppe, but of every land in the Far East. Yeah, let's tell you about exactly why we're here. Okay, take care there, Nate.
A shard of the shining moon left behind by a wayfaring soul? And you need this to protect our lands?
More or less, I do. My friends and I wish to find the shard and ascertain the extent of its power. Will you tell me more of the place where it lies buried? This northern crag?
If that is your wish, in the mountains to the north there's a cavern called the House of the Crooked Coin. Inside this cavern are pillars of stone that legend holds to be the source of Nama's power. There I believe you will find what you seek.
But... oh yes, I know the place. 'Tis a brisk walk from here. And what are your thoughts on an alliance?
Should the Empire return, our lands will be engulfed in a storm of conflict whether we will it or no. If we do not stand together, we will fall apart. This I believe with all my heart. However...
yeah, there's something you should know. Yeah,
however... among the tribes of the steppe, there are those who revere Nama above all else. To them, the pillars are sacred and not to be disturbed. Should you proceed as you propose, such tribes are like to spurn an alliance, prompting others to follow their example. That is my concern. But it is by no means certain that the pillars will provide the power you seek. Ere you risk the ire of the followers of Nama, might you not first visit the House of the Crooked Coin? If all as this is you hope, then we may consider how best to earn their blessing.
I thank you for your counsel. We will do as you suggest. I have no desire to give offense to those with whom I would join hands.
Thank you for your understanding. Though the mole may reign over the steppe today, this decision will shape the days to come, and we would not force others into war against their will.
Nor we. 100-fold stronger are they who choose to fight of their own accord. As does the Warrior of Light. So, we'll take our 1054 gil plus our choice of food, and based on knowledge of what I have seen, we'll be taking the Shakshuka because it has the highest crit hit rate, which I'm really going to definitely need for what we're going to be doing later on. Stand strong and unify.